Dear children, in the last module we had learnt about the male reproductive system, and now we will learn about the female reproductive system. The main parts of the female reproductive system are two ovaries or a pair of ovaries. These are the two ovaries, a pair of ovaries, and the function of ovaries is to produce the female gamete or the germ cell called as the ovum. And it is having a pair of fallopian tubes. These funnel shaped structures are called as the fallopian tubes, and a pear like structure called as the uterus, and a canal which consists of the cervix and the vagina. All these are the main parts involved in the female reproductive system. A pair of ovaries is involved in the production of ovum. The fallopian tubes helps to conduct the ovum produced in the ovaries towards the uterus. The uterus, cervix and the vagina, it helps in the production, or it helps in the development of the child and also in childbirth. It is very interesting to note that when the girl child, she is a fetus in her mother's womb, a number of immature eggs are developed inside her ovaries. That means inside the ovaries of the fetus before her birth. And after her birth, not a single egg is formed inside her ovary. So all the eggs which is needed in her lifetime is developed before her birth. And once after her birth, she finishes her childhood and she enters into puberty. And once she enters into puberty, the egg starts to mature. The egg starts to mature, and every month one egg is released out of the ovary. So of the two ovaries, only one functions every month to release a functional egg or an ovum. In this picture, we can see this is the ovary, and every month one egg is released out. One egg is released out into the fallopian tube. The fallopian tube, or it's otherwise called as the oviduct, it receives one ovum every month from either of the ovaries. To receive a fertilized egg, the uterus walls prepares itself by becoming more thicker with a rich supply of blood and mucus. We have seen the bird's nest, and these birds' nests have eggs in it. One fine day, the bird will not go to the tree and lay its egg. Before laying the egg, it prepares a very safe and secure nest so that it can lay its egg safely. In the same way, the uterus inside a body prepares itself to receive a fertilized egg. And in order to prepare itself, the walls of the uterus becomes thickened. It becomes thickened with blood vessels and mucus. And the thickening helps in the embedding of the fertilized egg into the uterus so that it can develop into a baby or a fetus. So the function of the fallopian tube is that it acts as a site of fertilization. It is a site of fertilization. The fallopian tube is the site where fertilization, that is the union of the sperm and the ovum, takes place. It also helps to move the fertilized egg towards the uterus. So it's having dual function. The two oviducts unite into an elastic bag-like structure which is called as the uterus. We can see this is one fallopian tube and this is the other fallopian tube. They join together to form a inverted pear-like structure, and this is an elastic bag-like structure, and this elastic bag-like structure is called as the uterus. The function of the uterus is that it helps in the development of the fetus. It is a site where the fetus undergoes complete development before childbirth. The uterus opens out into the vagina through the cervix, and this is acting as the birth canal through which the baby or the fetus or the fully grown fetus can come out of the uterus. And the child comes out through the birth canal, which is the cervix, and the cervix joins to the vagina, which opens outward. The function of the ovary is not only in the production of the female gamete, that is the ovum. It also helps in the production of the female sex hormone called as the estrogen. And this estrogen, as we have already learned, it is responsible for the development of all the changes which is seen in the female once she enters into puberty. And it is again just like testosterone, the estrogen is also, the production of estrogen by the ovaries is under the control of the master gland, that is the pituitary gland, which is situated in the brain. See, this is the structure of the ovum. The ovum is not motile. Unlike the sperm, it is not motile. And sperms are very small, whereas ovum is quite large. And it is the largest cell in the human body. And it is having a nucleus with the cytoplasm. We can see the nucleus surrounded by the cytoplasm. And it is having the genetic material. The genes or the chromosomes from the mother is transferred to the offspring through the egg or the ovum, and it is having half the number of chromosomes since it is produced by reductional division. The cell division involved in the production of ovum is meiosis. Millions of sperms travel upward, that is through the vagina. It travels up through the cervix, through the uterus, and reaches the oviduct of the fallopian tube. And as I told you, it is the oviduct or the fallopian tube where fertilization takes place. So the site of fertilization is the oviduct, and this process is called as fertilization.